Hi, welcome back to the garden. Today is Saturday, March 25th, and you know what that means. We're going to do a quick review of this garden, then we're going to go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. The thornless blackberries are breaking pretty nice. If I don't get these tied up now, they're going to get out of hand. Now, if you're new to my story, you're in for a real treat. Saturdays are reserved for you, celebrating what's going on in your garden. And this week we got some awesome submissions from Texas, from Oklahoma, from Illinois, from North Carolina. Now, can you imagine trying to do this once it's completely leafed out and they got all the runners going? We've got at least 2 more weeks before we can really start planting in the garden. So what better time than to do this kind of chore? Now, I have been asked what kind of string I use. I use the plastic string, the kind they use to make round hay bales with. You can get a roll of that. It's not that expensive. If you put it down in a bucket, pull it out through the center, it'll last you for years. The string is very strong and it holds up for multiple seasons. We use this to trellis our tomatoes. We use it to tie up everything. Let's run on down to Florida and see what's coming out of their gardens. Bruce's Florida food forest has been in full swing for a while now. The spring harvest is just now starting to come in. Winter harvest served them well. Thank you, Bruce. Bruce, that's incredible, and I'm sure glad you showed us what we can look forward to this year. Spring is coming. Well, that last frost might have singed a couple leaves, but I think we're doing okay. Let's go take a look at another one of our friends. Denise isn't kidding around with the way she's starting her seeds. Her container garden should be overflowing with abundance here soon. Thank you, Denise. We look forward to your updates this year. Denise, if every one of those seeds come up, you're going to be in the same boat I'm in. Yeah, crickets and grasshoppers kind of chewed on the kale. Regulating the temperature underneath one of these mini greenhouses for Bok Choy. These are bolting and going to seed already, and they hadn't even got very big. It is a challenge. This Bok Choy here got so big, when we leaned the frame against it, it froze. So we lost that one, but it was going to seed anyhow. These other ones are finishing up. But come here to look at these cabbages. Starting to make little heads. Let's go over and see what Mike and Linda have going on in their garden. Mike and Linda's deep mulch is taking shape nicely this spring. Potatoes, onions, cilantro, and the rest, they all look very healthy. It's a testament to the deep mulch. We can't wait to see what else you guys plant this year. This is incredible. Wow, and that is terrific. Please leave a comment down below and let everybody know just how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in your garden. You can do this too, and I invite you to become a friend of this channel. All you have to do is send a couple photos of what you're doing in your garden. I guarantee all other gardeners would love to see what you're doing. This is where we get our ideas. This is where we get our inspiration. And this is where we get our motivation. Come on out here and work in the garden every day. Although it's really not work. You know why we do it? Because it tastes great. So I might have these planted a little too close. The spinach, the carrots, the turnips. Even through all the weather with the stuff we planted in December, check out my purple lettuce. It made it so far. Well, at least one. Yeah, out of that whole line, we got one nice little plant that survived. I'm sure there was some happy winter grasshoppers. Let's go on over to North Carolina and see what's happening in Larry's garden. Larry's helper Jolene is enjoying the Joseph's coat and overseeing Larry's combo garden, which is containers, in-ground, and a border. This garden is great. Great start for the spring, Larry. Keep us posted. Nice little patch of carrots. This got a little singe on that last frost. As it warms up, I want to show you something about the deep mulch. Check this out. Right here's a prime example of one of the questions I get all the time about seeds in hay. Yeah, you're going to get seeds of all kinds, but the deep mulch keeps the weeds down. This is just growing on top. You can just kick that out with your toe. Those roots come out, you toss it off to the side, it becomes part of the mulch. I didn't say you weren't ever going to have to weed, but you weed very little. And a lot of it you walk by and you just kick it out with your toe. Let's go on down to Texas and see what's going on there. Valerie's showing the secret of how she is able to successfully keep her container garden supplied with new plants. This is a great temporary greenhouse slash nursery for late winter and early spring protection. Can't have enough grapes. Valerie's containers are filling out nicely with such variety. How many of those peas are actually going to make it to the house, Valerie? Thank you for the great ideas and tips for a thriving container garden. It also looks like your winter harvest is still coming in nicely. And you know why we do it, because it tastes great. Valerie, I sure do appreciate you giving us all these great ideas in that greenhouse. That is something else. Now, I'm simply blessed. We've been eating off of this lettuce since September. If you hit the like button, it would allow YouTube to push this out to more people that might be interested in learning how to garden. You can do this too. If you've never planted anything before, I encourage you to try. Get a small container, put some soil in it, put a seed in it, set it on your kitchen windowsill, add a little water, don't forget the water. And once you see what happens, you'll know why we do what we do. And you can do this too. I really do invite you to become a friend of my channel. This is a safe place to show what you're doing in your garden, and I guarantee you all other gardens would love to see what you're doing in your garden. As I said earlier, this is where we get ideas and this is where we get inspiration. You can do this too, and if you want to see us up potting these tomatoes, click that link right there and I'll meet you right back here in the greenhouse. If you want to see about the deep mulch, click that link right there and I'll meet you right back in the garden. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant.
Let's go plant garden.